In this video, I'm going to be going over with you guys how you can stay in shape in summer. And I feel like it's the perfect time of the year to make this video because you're probably on holiday, it's the summer, it's August, it's prime time to, go away to a different country and enjoy a week or two away from your normal world. And I'm on holiday as well right now, and that's one of the reasons why I'm making this video. I'm in Cyprus. I'll show you the little can you see the sea? I think you can see the sea just about. On a in a hotel on the beachfront. It's lovely, lovely, enjoying it. And I just coming towards the end of my holiday. I'm going back home tomorrow, and I just want to film this video in order to sort of get my opinion and how I've approached training and staying in shape on holiday across to you guys. And whether you're unsure about it, because I remember when I went, I remember when I went on my first holiday when I started training, and I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with training, and I wasn't really sure how to approach it, whether I should still keep training how I usually train, whether I should have a little bit of time off, etc, etc. And I'm going to answer all of your queries and all of your thoughts in this video, and I'm going to guide you guys on how to stay in shape whilst you're on holiday. So first of all, before we get into the video, I just want to briefly introduce myself and why I make these videos. So if you don't know me, which is pretty likely already, my name is Ryan. I'm a 19-year-old from the UK, and I have undergone a physical and mental transformation over the past 3 years, transforming myself from 51 kg looking like this in 2021 to now in 2024 weighing 69 kg right now, but I did go up to 75 kg peak bulk on my previous bulk, and this is how I was looking. And I'm on a mission to inspire and help skinny young men sculpt their physiques and achieve their dream physiques who have previously struggled with weight gain. So without further ado, enough for the chit chat, let's get into the video. So first of all, I just want to remind you guys what holiday is actually for, because when we think about training and how we're going to stay in shape on holiday and what foods to eat on holiday to stay in shape, we actually forget what a holiday is all about. So it's all about relaxation, rest, detox, recuperation, and most importantly, having fun with your friends and family. And it's also about disconnecting from your normal life and just having a week where you just completely forget everything. And as I said, all of those things, have some detox time, rest, recuperation, and fun with your friends and family. So don't get so wound up about training on holiday and staying in good routine on holiday and staying locked in on holiday. Everyone needs a little bit of a temporary disconnect from the world, and that's what I like to call it. I like to call it a temporary disconnect, because you disconnect from your normal life and you have a week off where you completely reset yourself, and then you get back to feeling driven and as motivated as ever. And that is onto my second point about a holiday. You don't want to come back from a holiday not feeling driven, not feeling motivated, and not having that fire inside you in order to work fucking hard. And in relation to this video, in the gym, you won't have that fire, that drive, and that motivation to fucking push yourself. Because what a week off does is, at the end of it, you're gonna find, or a week or two off does, at the end of it, you're gonna find that you're gonna have that internal drive and motivation and that fire inside you in order to get back to your normal routine, and you're gonna look forward to it, right? But if you carry on doing it on holiday and you don't give yourself a rest time and a little disconnect from the world, as I was saying, a temporary disconnect, then you're gonna the chances of you fatiguing yourself, not just physically but mentally, are gonna be very high, the chances of that, and you're gonna be closer to burnout. And if you're close to burnout, then you're going to be counterproductive and you're going to be inefficient with everything you're doing, which will be evident in your training when you go back. And you're going to be demotivated. You won't have that drive and that fire inside you. Therefore, it's just so important that you allow yourself to have a little bit of time off, to have that motivation to get back. And then you're going to see, and then you're going to be excited to go back to training. Whereas, as I said, if you just keep in your normal routine and you stay locked in, then you're not going to have that drive and that fire. So it's so important that you actually take for granted what holiday is actually for and take advantage of it. And don't be so strict on yourself. Have some fun in the buffet. Have some fun with the food you eat. Eat some foods that you won't usually eat. Obviously, you may still want to keep it healthy. I still try and keep it healthy because I actually want to eat these foods. But, I eat foods that I wouldn't eat at home in a buffet or in a restaurant, for example. And I don't stick to my normal training routine, and I have rest. I've only trained 3 times this week, and they've all been like half-an-hour sessions, really low intensity, and I'll get onto that in a little bit. But you just got to give yourself a little bit of rest and relaxation, because that's what a holiday is actually for. And as I said, you want to get back feeling as motivated and as driven as ever to, you know, crack down and nail down on some work. So remember what a holiday is actually for, because you don't really want to lose your sense of enjoyment because of the grind, you know? You want to still have fun, you still want to have a good time. Let's move on to what you guys actually want to know about. So the training side of it. So, okay, first of all, you don't have to train every day whilst you're on holiday. And this is because, as I said, holiday is for rest, detox, relaxation, and most importantly, fun with your friends and family. So do not be strict in yourself on what you do with your diet and your training regime. Have a little bit of time off. Everyone needs a little bit of time off to recharge and, you know, to get back to their normal life feeling as motivated as ever, as I said. And the reason why you may not want to stick to a normal plan is because A, if you have a hotel gym, and that is if, you might not have the equipment that provided in order to do the exercises you do at home, so you probably can't even do them anyway. And you want to switch it up, because when you get back, as I said, it will fuel that motivation. Because if you've gone off your training plan for a little bit of time, for a temporary, you know, week or 2 weeks, whenever you're on holiday, 10 days, whenever, and it's gonna slowly build up that motivation and that internal drive and that desire to get back to your normal routine. So by the time you go home, you're going to be like, oh yes, I cannot wait to do incline dumbbell press again. It's been 10 days and I'm so excited. And if you do this on holiday, you may not have that internal drive to get back to lifting the weights you were on incline dumbbell because you've been doing it on holiday. So by switching your training plan and the exercises you do, and, you know, and fitting it around what you actually have and what's provided for you, it will just slowly build up that motivation more and more that I was talking about earlier. And another reason why you may want to, you know, and you don't really want to stick to your normal split is because you want to be time efficient when you're on holiday. You don't want to be in the gym doing a sickening leg session that you usually do at home that takes you probably around an hour and a half to 2 hours to do, right? You want to be in the sun. You want to get out in that beautiful, beautiful sun. And this is why I'm trying to make this YouTube video quick, because I really, really want to get in that sun right now. But yeah, that's another reason. You just want to be time efficient, and you want to have as much time, you know, utilizing a holiday for what it's actually for as much as possible. So being more time efficient, and, you know, you can do this through changing your split in your exercises. For example, so I have only trained 3 times this week, and so I usually do a 5-day split, and I've switched it to a 3-day split. So I've gone from my 5-day split to doing push-pull legs every day. Not all in every day, but 1 day pushing and 1 day pull and 1 day legs. And that's all I'm doing. And all of my sessions have literally been between half an hour and 40 minutes. Because A, there's not too much equipment in my gym, so there's nothing I can really do. And 2, I've been more time efficient because I want to get out in the sun, as I've said, so I've made my session shorter. And 3, going back to that point of building up that motivation to get back to your normal routine. That's another reason why I'm doing push-pull legs. I don't really want to stick to my normal routine because I want to have a little bit of a break. Therefore, when I get back, I can have more motivation and I'll have more of a drive to get back to what I was doing previously. Therefore, that can help performance in the gym when you get back, etc, etc. So now on to how regularly you should train throughout your holiday. So I would highly suggest switching from whatever you're doing right now at home to just a 3-day split. Hello, so it's me from 2 days after I filmed that. I'm unfortunately back in the house at home, unfortunately. But I wanted to just add one thing. And what I'm about to say, you don't have to be training 3 times a week, and you don't have to follow a 3-day split. This is just what's worked for me and what I would highly recommend for you guys. It's completely subjective. And one other thing I would suggest, if you only want to train 2 times a week, if you're going for a week, for example, then that's completely fine. And what I would suggest for you to do is to do the upper-lower split, keeping it so simple for you. So on day 1, you work all the muscles in your upper body, or as much as you can with the equipment you've got, and then in the lower body you just, you know, you do your legs just standard, right? So that's another option for you guys, and I'll let you guys get back to the video. If you're going on holiday for a week, go to the gym 3 times, and therefore do a 3-day split. And if you're going on holiday for 10 days, you may still want to go 3 or 4 times, doesn't really matter. And then 2 weeks, I would say 5 to 6 times you may want to train. And as I said, sticking to that 3-day split, and you can train whenever you want, you can decide that. So the 3-day splits that are the most simple ones are obviously PPL, which is what I'm doing right now on holiday, push, pull, legs. So push day, if you don't know, is chest, triceps, and shoulders. So you train chest, triceps, and shoulders on push day, and then on pull day, you find exercises to do for back and biceps, and then on leg day, legs, so quads, calves, and hamstrings, etc. So, and that's one of them. And then the other split you could do is Arnold split. I've personally never really dabbled into Arnold split, but I've heard it's good. Arnold did it himself. He's the man. So Arnold split consists of day one being chest and back. So you train chest and back on day one. And then day two is arms and shoulders. So biceps, triceps, front delt, mid delt, rear delt. And then day three, legs. So they're the two splits I would highly suggest for you to change to on holiday in order to slowly build up that drive and that motivation to get back to what you're normally doing at home. So that's what I would suggest for that. So now on to how to actually train. So don't be going to failure, and don't be lifting heavy and progressively overloading and doing ridiculously high intensity whilst you're on holiday, unless you're 6 weeks out from a Mr. Olympia and you've gone on holiday, right? There's just no need to do it, because remember what holiday is for. It's about detox, rest, recovery, having fun with your family, and going off plan and temporarily disconnecting from your normal world and your normal routine, okay? So don't be doing what you're doing, and keep it easy. Keep it nice and simple on your body. Treat it as a deload week. And if you want to know more about what a deload week is and what it actually is, if you're not too sure, I've got another video where I went full in detail on a deload week, so I'll leave that in the cards somewhere here. But that back to what I'm actually talking about. Don't be going to high intensity. Don't be going to failure, because you're not going to give the body the rest and the recovery time it needs in order to get back, and you're not going to give your mind the break it needs in order to come back and feel motivated and driven. So making sure you go easy. Don't be going to failure. Just be doing like 3 sets of 12 or something, and do drop sets, do supersets, and have lighter weights, and just be more efficient, and just find more efficient ways to pump and burn the muscles. For example, so a way that I was talking about just then, to burn your muscles quicker and more efficiently, because as I said, you want to be more efficient with your exercises on holiday, is do little partials in your sets. I'll put a video up right now of me doing this exactly, not on holiday, but on my leg extensions in my normal gym. So I'll put it up here, and as you can see, I go all the way up to the top, and then I go back down slightly, a quarter to halfway back down, and then I go back up, which just keeps that blood in there and just makes the blood rush into the quadricep quicker. And this cue of how to perform the exercise, so having that little partial going back down and going back up, you can do this on any exercise. And what this does is it gives the muscle more time under tension, therefore giving it increased stimulation, and you're going to have more blood in there, and you're going to feel the burn like crazy, and you're going to fatigue your muscle quicker, which is what we want, because we want to be time efficient, right? And we don't want to be using heavy weights. So making sure you do little things like this, and you can do this on any exercise. So for example, in the gym in my hotel, there's not too many exercises, but there is a chest press machine. And when I was doing this the other day, what I was doing in order to ensure that I wasn't going heavy, therefore not risking injury and not progressively overloading and putting my body under the stress that it doesn't need on holiday, right? I was doing this on chest press. So I started here, right? And then I went back down, and then I went to a quarter to halfway up, and then I went back down and then pushed up, and that's 1 rep, and that's that little partial coming into play, giving the muscle more time under tension, more stimulation, and you're going to have blood rush into the muscle quicker, therefore you're going to fatigue your muscle a lot quicker, and it's going to burn a lot quicker. And that is just how you need to train. You don't have to do that for everything, but that's an example of a cue you can do in your exercises. And I do this in some exercises at home as well. As I said, in that leg extension clip, I do that on my leg extensions. So you don't have to necessarily just do that on holiday. And that's a little exercise tip, but just in general. If you want to burn your muscles quicker and you're under time stress, just look for them little cues to do during your exercises. Go lighter, just focus on burning the muscle as much as you possibly can. And obviously, you want to be controlling the weight. And now, I'm aware that some of you skinny young men on holiday may not have a hotel gym, and that's completely fine. I'm very, very, very fortunate to even have a gym in my hotel, even though there's barely any apparatus and machines. Still very, very grateful for one. So if you guys have not got a hotel gym, which I have had to deal with before, you've got to do bodyweight exercises. So as I said, you don't want to be going to failure, and going to failure with bodyweight exercises is very, very hard. So in order to burn your muscles as efficiently as possible in doing bodyweight exercises, you want to do a circuit. So what a circuit is you want to start with one exercise, and then after you've done that, you straight away want to move on to the next one. And then once you've done that, you straight away want to move on to the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one, and then you repeat that circuit 4 times, depending on how much you feel your muscles burn. And what this does is it gets all your muscles pumped, because obviously in a circuit you don't want to be targeting the exact same muscle in every exercise. The whole point of a circuit in this situation anyway is to, you know, target all of your muscles, or as many muscles as possible that you can do with body weight, right? So for example, I'll give you an idea of a circuit off the top of my head. So you may want to do you may want to do this circuit 3 times over again, and in between each circuit, so once you finish the first circuit, you want to give yourself 30 seconds to a minute rest, right? And so I'm going to give you 5 exercises. So the first exercise, you may want to start with press ups and get between, you know, 10 to 12 or 15, 20 reps, right? However many push-ups you think you can do that. And then what you want to do is you want to do sit-ups on the floor, again, anywhere between 10 and 20 reps. So that's, you know, so once you've done the press-ups, you move on to the abs. And then you want to do dips. So find a bed or find a chair where you can do bodyweight dips on. And then after that, you want to, exercise number 4 in the circuit is you want to do Bulgarian split squats on a chair for the bodyweight. As I said, between 10 and 20 reps. And then the last exercise I'll give you guys in order to, you know, in this circuit to stay in shape, is do a little plank hold for however long you think you can. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, even 5 minutes if you really think you can, then go for it. And then once you've done that, give yourself a little 30 seconds to a minute rest, and then go again, and you're going to feel your muscles fired up. You're going to have a full body pump and you're going to feel amazing. Okay, so now onto the diet side of things. Now I've covered the training, and this is really important because when we go on a holiday, we stress a lot about what foods to eat, and we don't want to get fat, and we don't want to gain weight, and we don't want to look bloated around the pool, right? That's completely normal. I get that. I don't really want to, you know, take my top off as soon as I come out the buffet after my lunch because I don't really want to look bloated. And throughout the holiday, I've slowly just not given a shit, right? So, yeah, I just want to talk about diet real quick. So, when I first got here, so I just want to explain my current situation. So, I'm nearing the end of my cut, right? And my cut hasn't been extreme. I'm not so lean. I'll put a little picture up here of, you know, sort of the final product of the cut, right? But I've lost around 6 kilos on my cut. So I went from 75 kilos to 69 kilos, and that's basically my cut. And as I've been in a caloric deficit and eating really healthy foods, I've been really skeptical, and I've been in 2 minds whether I should be eating pleasurable foods and foods that I don't usually get home, like nice desserts and, you know, a little fry up at breakfast, for example, and in a restaurant maybe something that's highly calorific that I wouldn't usually get home but it's fucking banging. Or I should just keep it healthy and, you know, stick to the diet and, you know, have it be a little bit lenient here and there. But what I would say to you guys, and what I have learned as soon as I got past the first day, is just let it all go, okay? As I said, a holiday is for relaxation time, detox, having fun with your family and friends, and most importantly, that temporary disconnect, and disconnecting from your normal routine and your structure, and, you know, just being completely different for a week. And then another thing we all know about is how hard it can be sometimes to stay to your diet. So if you give yourself a little bit of a break, which as I said earlier, we all need it, you're going to slowly build up that internal motivation, desire and drive to stick to your diet when you get home. If you're bulking when you get home from your holiday, then you're going to be sticking in that surplus if you have a little bit of, you know, you don't really give a fuck about calorie counting. When you get home, you're going to feel so motivated to get back to it and return to that. But if you keep doing that, if you keep counting your calories and tracking your calories whilst you're on holiday, which, unless you're 6 weeks out from the Olympia, I really wouldn't recommend that because that just gets a little bit sad, then you're just going to mentally fuck yourself over. The overall message for the diet side of this video is don't give a fuck. Eat whatever you want. Enjoy the food. Enjoy the buffet. You're only going to have it for a short period of time. As I said, it's a temporary disconnect. It's not a permanent disconnect. You're not going to get fat if you eat whatever you want for 7 days. Just enjoy the food. Enjoy the buffet. Or, yeah, just take advantage of what you've got and enjoy it because you're not going to have it for long. Okay? So, that is the end of this video. I've tried to make it as short as possible. I'm not too sure how short this is going to be. Thank you so much for watching, and I really appreciate your time. And if you're on holiday right now, or if you're going on holiday soon, or if you're going on holiday next year, come back to this video whenever you're going on holiday if you're unsure about anything. And I hope and I'm pretty sure I've answered all of your queries and questions about how to approach holiday in relation to training and staying in shape. So, if you guys have enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you drop a like, a comment and a subscription to learn more about transforming yourself from that skinny young man you currently are who has previously struggled with weight gain and knocking it out of the park, transcending yourself, becoming a completely different person and transforming into your dream physique. So, without further ado, I'll see you guys next time. Whoop!